All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. And I would also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3, and Adonai Ratazah. This lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. And Tawadi Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, will you be ignorant to the deception? Okay. And I came across this video earlier today, and then I also saw some trending, something. But pretty much, there's this video I want to share with you, okay, where this guy is breaking down how this regular video, is actually AI generated. And then I also want to show you how there's this publicity stunt, okay, that the makers, producers, whoever for Black Mirror is doing with this nubbing device, which is pretty much alluding to the MOTB technology, even though it's fictional. It's a fictional device. Okay, so I just want to talk about it. All right, we want to talk about something. Okay, so will you be ignorant to the deception? Because majority of the world will be. You have to remember, they're in gross darkness. They don't have eyes to see. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to initially start off with this video. Okay, I got it right here. Okay, I came across this today. Okay, and I want to show you this. It's only 33 seconds long. It says, hold up, Allen Iverson generated man, dem is crazy. Okay, so I want to show you this. Okay, so keep your eyes. All right, keep your eyes on this. So let me make sure the audio is good. Hopefully there isn't an ad, but let's see. We'll work through it. All right, we'll work through it at the end of the day. So let's play.
This guy.
All right, so we're going to mute. Let the advertisement play. Okay, let them do what they got to do. It's just a minute. Sure, all right. Not going to make this long. Wi-Fi is acting weird. Here we go. So now, okay, perfect. Let's put this on. Now check this out. You can go watch it yourself. I'm going to show you this. Check this out. It's the first video I'm going to show you. Okay, there's going to be a lot of deception. Okay, a lot of questions, a lot of people questioning reality. What's going on? Is this real? Do I trust it? They're looking out the windows. It's darkened. This is why wisdom and knowledge will be your stability. Wisdom and knowledge will be your stability. Okay. What's that? Get understanding. Okay. With all thy getting, you need to be getting understanding right now. Okay. Proverbs 4:5, get wisdom. Okay. Now, wisdom was commanded to rest on us. All right. As a nation, starting with the Israelite men. This is why it's very important for us and the positions that we've been given, okay, to handle this, all right, as numero uno, okay, priority, all right, is this truth. Everything else comes second, okay? Shit, I just got off from the plantation and my flesh wants to just sit down and relax, but hey, we got a job to do. So Thawadi Bashem Shai, Bashem Rachakwadash for inspiring me to do this. Look, get wisdom, get it, hold it, grab it, get wisdom, get understanding, get wisdom, and then get understanding. Okay, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Okay, now look, 2 verses later. Wisdom is the principal thing. See, wisdom is not a principal thing in Babylon. This is why majority of the people in Babylon are ignorant, gross darkness, prophecy. Okay, but while we see the age of information, all right, knowledge increasing, we're also seeing a reaction to this knowledge, and not everyone wants to increase in it. All right, they're spiritually lazy. And a lot of watch later, I'll look at now, okay? You need to seek the Lord while he may be found, because this is where all the answers can be found now to the questions that millions upon millions and millions and millions, billions of people are going to be asking later. Billions of people are not going to know what to do in the near future. Billions, just like in the days of Noah. We don't know the exact number, but scholars say in the days of Noah, there was about 4 billion people, and not one of them, okay, if you will, all right, if you will, not one of them knew, why is it raining? Is they probably didn't even call it rain, which of course they didn't, but you get the point that I'm getting at. We're in the days of Noah. Everyone is busy eating, drinking, gyrating, pushing, kissing, touching, buying, selling, sitting, getting fat, doing nothing. And right below their belly, okay, right under their noses, prophecy is unfolding. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. So you have to not only get wisdom, you have to understand it. This is why wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of your time, while everyone else is tripping, bugging out, believing. Okay. Now I'm not telling you to just, get paranoid, but there's a lot of deception going on. All right. Especially with social media becoming the window of reality. Okay. You have to understand there's a lot of fake, weird activity that he is pushing on people to believe. Now check this out. Let's let it play.
This guy is the most scammiest of scammers I've ever seen. This guy is the most scammiest of scammers I've ever seen. Like, it's levels. These guys in the background, they're not really there. This is AI generated. And I'll show you in a second. That Jeep is not real. It's not really there. Watch the door of the Jeep glitch as it opens. It goes like that and it glitches. It disappears and comes back. Keep watching and the guy's legs. Watch the door on the left-hand side. Watch the door. Watch. Boom. You see that?
Yeah.
You see how it jumped and his legs disappeared. And his legs disappeared. You see how it jumped and his legs disappeared.
One more
on
time.
The left-hand side. Watch the door. Watch. Boom.
Oh,
you see
shit.
That?
See that? Look.
On the left-hand side. Watch the...
He's not even there. Look at that. Look at that. But you would think this was normal. You see? So the times that we're living in, you truly have to stick to what you know as prophecy. You have to stick to the scriptures. You have to stick to the doctrine, because there's going to be so much here and there and what's this and did he die? There's going to be so much deception as we grow closer to the end that you're not going to be able to keep up with everything that he's just pouring out, because what he's trying to do is a sleight of hands. And then I found this funny too. All of a sudden, a bunch of bitches get shot off in space. That's Queen of Heaven, man. Okay, you got a bunch of hoes getting shot off into so-called space. All right, that's Queen of Heaven. Then you got some naked woman statue that was just built. There's just so much. Excuse me. There's so much going on right now that the best place to be is within the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, because real quick, let me put fake military equipment. Let's just put fake military equipment. Yep, look, all I put was fake military equipment. What's this say? Look, there it is. All I put was fake military equipment. Check this out. Remember, after the Second World War, it became the Cold War, or espionage war. Military decoys and dummies are fake versions of military equipment used to deceive the enemy. You got to understand, you're an enemy. We are enemy to Esau, just like Esau is an enemy to us. Okay. And his biggest goal is to blindside you, keep you guessing, keep you wondering, keep you in a fog, keep you in a daze. All right. You look at ISIS. Esau funded that. Okay. The 911. When you start really sitting back, you go, wait a minute. So if it's not pertaining to prophecy, for the most part, I may watch or look or listen, but I don't give too much energy into things that are not pertaining to prophecy. So like for me personally, in this walk, in this present time, the main things that I'm looking for is anything leading towards the MOTB and anything leading towards the third woe. Anything outside of that, it's kind of, you got your little this and your little that, but for the most part, you're watching the finances, you're watching the stock market because of Rev 6, the black horse, hyperinflation, of course, things of that nature. But what's another thing he's trying to keep people? I don't know. Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam. Is this a UFO? It landed. This is why Yahweh Shai said, if they say I'm in the desert, don't go. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of deception. All right, he could have AI generated camps. He could put us somewhere that we ain't there. So there's a lot of things that are going to be used as deception. And I originally was going to title it something along the lines of the elect will not be ignorant to the deception. But then I just ended up changing it into more of a question, because this is something that you have to ask yourself, because yes, we are the hopeful elect, but where you stand right now in this walk, you have to make sure you're grounded right now. Okay. Now I thought of three things at once. So let me just get my initial point. So let's go real quick to, since I made this point, Matthew's 24. And this is why Yahweh Shai said, I will liken him unto a wise man that doeth my saying. So right now, hey, listen, the only thing you need to be doing is sticking to the script, sticking to the doctrine, sticking to the understanding, because he's about to throw the kitchen sink at you. And then this guy's like Dr. Strange. It wasn't even a kitchen sink. It was a fucking AI. He could fake an assassin. There's so much he could do right now. But all we got to do is stick to the scripture, stick to prophecy. Let them get weird. Let them bug out. Let them sweat trying to deceive the masses, because the elect will not be deceived. And let me start with that in 24. Matthew's 24 and 24. For there shall arise false anointed, and we see that now, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders. So you're seeing signs and wonders, but the signs and wonders can increase, because in 2 Thessalonians it says he comes with all signs and lying wonders of Satan. Okay, so going back to the World War II, fake planes and this and that. Hey, this guy can literally make one side of the world believe something that's happening on another side of the world, and that's not even true. Okay. But we know what we got to be waiting for. So people are going to start losing it. They're going to start believing this. They're going to start questioning that. Remember the movie Leave the World Behind? Well, in one place, they said that it was the Chinese. Then in another place, they said it was Ishmael. So that's how you keep people in the dark. He wants you in the dark. And then when he gives you light, he's trying to enlighten you, but he's darkening you even further. Okay? So then if he gets you to believe this, then he knows he can get you to believe that. All right. So it says, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. See, behold, this is all red letter, GMS red letter. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Right. So even something like this now, hey, it's so real. Esau could generate a black Jesus. Okay. IUIC will believe in that. I'm just being funny, but he could create a black Jesus. He could create a white Jesus. He could legitimately make you think something is really happening and it's not. Just like this. If this fucking scam this Hamite could do this, okay, on a small scale just to scam you, how much more Esau in the mindset of remaining in rulership? So let me just let this play again real quick. All right. Because I said, damn, it looks real. Everything looks real. Watch this.
It goes like that.
He could AI something happening to Trump, something that happened to Elon. Now, something could happen. Okay. But this is how deep it is. This is how deep the deception in Babylon is right now. Okay. That's why you just get to a point like, man, whatever, man. Okay. If the nigga dead, the nigga dead. Look, what's going on with the mark? If it ain't prophecy, you shouldn't put too much energy into it. You're waiting for the Isaiah 19 to break out. Isaiah 19 is also talking about the chariot. So we're going to know in the spirit what's real and what's fake, because it says the elect won't be deceived. Okay. So if you're not of the elect, then you can be deceived.
And it glitches, it disappears and comes back. Keep watching and the guy's legs. Watch the door on the left-hand side. Watch the door. Watch. Boom. You see that? You see how it jumped and his legs disappeared.
Shit ain't in there.
You got AI generated mandem. This is like new levels.
See that? So none of that's real, they're saying. Ain't that some shit? So these niggas don't even exist. Okay, now let me get back. Let me get out of this. Let me just press back. Excuse me. Let me just go here. Okay. Look, this is AI. Matter of fact, yeah, let this play. This is AI. Look at this. That's wild. The entire video showing structures beneath the pyramid is AI generated. See that? Now, of course, you take a closer look.
This guy is the most scammiest of scammers.
The U.S. vacation home sector is worth over.
Let me just click out of that. Anyways, let's get to the next topic at hand. So, This also caught my eye. The nubbing device is a fictional tech IM plant featured in Black Mirror Season 7, designed to allow users to access and experience memories and dreams, blah, 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 blah. But now they're doing it like I can't remember what the hell it was before, but they had some like so-called transhumans at the football game. So they're starting to kind of push this more and more in public. It's like a it's for like sensationalism, you know. They call it, they're promoting it. Look, is this real? Is this fake? And that's another thing. TikTok is a fucking rabid dog. It's just a loose dog that just barks and bites and doesn't shut up. That's why I personally don't go on TikTok. Now, I'm not saying there isn't truth on there, but there's also a lot of fiction. Right now, the internet, all they got to do is put a picture with the perfect font and say, did you know that this pot was actually in Egypt? And then people believe it. You know, I'm just saying something random, but this is why it's so important. With all you're getting, you need to get understanding. You need to understand what is the meat and the potatoes, okay? Because he's throwing out a lot of appetizers. He's throwing out a lot of fluff, fake, this, that. He's trying to keep you confused, man. Okay, so the best thing to do in these last days is truly stick to the script. Okay, they're actually making shit look like this is real, you know, but it's a publicity stunt. Reality is boring. Live your life as you wish. See? Okay, and this is they're marketing what's getting ready to be mandatory. Okay, they're marketing what's getting ready to be mandatory. Remember, in thy right hand or in thy forehead. Okay, so he's going to deceive the people. He's going to deceive the masses of people. Look at this bitch. What is she doing? See what I'm saying? Like, how'd you even get that? Who are you? But anyways, before I start going. All right. So from there, I just wanted to show that too. I don't know if any of you seen that. They've been showing like people in a restaurant and they're like so-called recording. They're trying to make it look real. Look, here's WWE. So, you know, there's got a lot of shit going on, man. All right. Majority of the world is going to take the mark too. Okay. But this is MOTB technology. This is not literally the MOTB because clearly it's fake. But what is he portraying to you? Okay, he's normalizing. Okay, he's normalizing what he's going to make mandatory. Now, from there, let me get this. Proverbs 14:15, the simple believeth every word, right? But the prudent man looketh well to his going. So you, okay, you right now in your walk, you should have the mindset of, I am seeking my salvation while it may be found, even though you might be in a room of simpletons. You can't be simple. You can't believe every word. You can't believe everything that he's showing and saying. You got people to this day that still believe that Esau landed on the moon. You got people believing that fucking Gail Weathers, whatever her name is, she just came back from landing on the moon. You know, going back. What's up with these bitches being sent off so-called into space? That shit seems like a ritual to me. Okay, you sending women up who you call queen into the heavens. Is that not a queen of heaven ritual? So you just got to watch everything, man. Right? We're in the time you got to watch. You got to fucking look at people, man, in the spirit. You need to scope people out. You need to watch who the hell's around you. Watch who you're listening to, too. All these bug outs and weirdos and sellouts and agents that are just flooding everything. I mean, the true truth is under attack right now. Okay? The gospel is under attack. The doctrine is under attack. And this is why we just trusted in the Lord and the Lord is fighting for us. Sakari's done. Okay? The shepherd got smitten. The sheep are scattered. Judgment's beginning at the house. Things are happening. Fucking canisters are being thrown at people wearing fringes and purple. Things are happening. So the best thing for you to be doing as a sincere servant, a sincere sheep, is to know who you're following and know who to trust in the spirit. And you are to trust Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Rakak Wadash, and that's the doctrine that's been given to us, that's been battle tested in the spirit. It's been battle tested. And since I said that, let me just get this in Mark 7 real quick. Ooh, okay, yeah, I'm done with that. Let me go to Mark 7 real quick, man. Okay. Whew. All right, let's go right here. Let's go down. Mark 7, and just give me a second. Is it Mark 7 or is it Matthew 7? Oh, you know what? Maybe it's Matthew 7. Excuse me. Might be thinking of something else. Let's go to Matthew 7, and I think it's 24. All right, Matthew 7. Look, the narrow and wide gate. Look, Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. You're entered into the straight gate. While the rest of our people wanted to go into the wide. And look what that got them. Okay? Look around. Everyone around you is going to take that mark, man. Okay? If they're not of the elect, they're going to take it. For wide is the gate. And of course, we pray for our family. Of course we do. But at the end of the day, Jacob's trouble is going to be so real that you are going to be in a mindset of praying for protection, for self. Of course, loved ones, but you're going to be like, I need to make it out. This is that real. Okay? So make sure you are on the up and up. Because I know there's a spirit out there where Jake Osby trying to help everybody but themselves. Just like there's a scripture says, there is one that teacheth many, but not himself. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, destruction, okay, deceivingness, and everyone's believing it. Oh, look at that. He's normalizing the MOTB technology so that when he implements it, you're going to feel like you're in a movie, you're in a TV show. Look, I can get it too. How the hell do you get the America to like cops? By having a TV show called Cops, SWAT, shit like that. So when he wants the public to accept something, he gives it to them in a dramatic fashion. He gives it to them in a way that they can be indoctrinated just from the confines of their own home. Okay, so if this guy is pushing MOTB technology on a level of fiction, then that means it's getting ready to be implemented, and it will be non-fiction, meaning it will be true. That leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So if you have found the gate that's narrow but straight, as in difficulty, but this leads to life, and you found it, hold on to it. Just like you get understanding, now you done got this and you found it, you need to hold it and keep it. Let no man take your crown. Let no man take your crown. Because that deception, the level, okay, of deception that this guy is pumping out and gonna pump out is gonna be astronomical. Okay. Now look, sheep's false prophet, see, sheep's clothing. Okay. So now let's go down. 2 foundations. See? So you got 2 foundations. Yahweh already broke it down to us. Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. So you want to be upon a rock when the flood comes in. Okay. And it says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. So the church of Yahweh Shai, it's unbreakable. Okay, the gates of hell shall not prevail. So if you are now in the position of the hopeful elect, and you are now here, there's no other place you need to be. This is where you find the Lord right now, because everywhere else it's gimmicks, it's deception, it's false, it's fake. It's I don't know. Like this is the through the Holy Spirit, you're getting everything. What did Elder Pastor say years ago? Straight, no chaser, raw like sushi. That's it. Everywhere else you can get lies. You can be bamboozled. You can be smiled while he's got a, he's smiling at you, but the whole time the niggas thinking about killing you. This shit is dangerous, man. Babylon is dangerous, man. And everyone is against us out here too. Everyone is against us out here, man. And all these people are going to fall for it. They're going to believe it. And I clicked off that World Star video, but imagine an AI video that looks that real, and then he's doing something with us. How many Jakes out there going to believe it? How many Jakes out there going to actually, I knew it. Yeah, all right. Be deceived. Remember the serpent. Remember the garden. Remember who you're dealing with. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon sand, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And we're seeing the fall of these camps right now. Okay, there is no more Sakari. I don't care what it's over. Okay, it's over. All right, but the point is that's just showing you the beginning. So all these places where people have believe that they're safe, that's security, okay, that's going to keep them, that's going to protect them. No, you're actually in a grave, All right, they're as graves which appear not. So a lot of these other camps are not building our people up to be prepared for what we're dealing with in real time. It's not far off. It's here now. It's here. The deception's here. The MOTB system's here. Prophecy's here. Everything is unfolding, okay, right now. So if you're still in a questionable stage, if you're still not being built up in faith and confidence, if you still don't believe when you pray the Lord the Lord's not going to do it, then you got to check yourself, man. When I set up a prayer, I'm praying because I believe and know what I'm praying the Lord's going to do. So you got to be built up right now, man. A lot of people are not ready. They're not ready, man. Now, from there, I had looked up the word ignorant. Okay, so right here, there's 3 other, but there's also in 2 Corinthians, which I have right here, 2:11, and it's the same word ignorant. So what I want to do is show you this real quick. So let's just run this down. I had the Strongs on. We don't need it. I'll get it in the other chapter. Romans 11:25. What's this? For the northern, 11:25. For I would not, brethren, Akim, that ye should be ignorant. Ignorant meaning not knowing. Let me show you it. Matter of fact, let me show you it right here. Okay. Go down to this word ignorant right here. Remember Esau said nigger means ignorant. That fucking fool. To be ignorant, not to know. See? Not to know. Will you not know this deception? See? Will you be ignorant to the deception? And a lot of people are going to be. A lot of people are going to err from the deception. See? Not to know, not to understand. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Is that like the Black Mirror? Watch when the MOTB comes out and they're gonna be like, is that like a nubbing device? You gotta understand, you're just surrounded by fucking vain, nothing people. Okay? They're just here today so they can be gone tomorrow. That's why it's best to not be around these people. It's annoying. It's pointless. It's vain. What communion does light have with darkness? They're going to, is this like a device from that show? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Going back to this word. See? Ignorant, not to know, unknown, mistake, to be wrong, err, sin. See? Oh, look, ignore. Ooh. Lack of information. Ooh. Lack of information or intelligence. See? So you do not lack information of Satan's devices. You don't lack the information of the deceptions. See? But majority of the world is. Let's go back. Romans 11:25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant. Now, this is, I'm going to break it down. That ye should be not ignorant of this mystery. What's the mystery? The mystery was about the Gentile Israelites being grafted back in, which this was the Lord provoking the Israelites that knew they were Israelites, the circumcision, to anger because they provoked him to anger. So he said in Deuteronomy, was that 32? Oh, I got my sword right here because it's just a quick little breakdown for you pertaining to the information about the Gentiles. So don't ever let them try to put a demon on you either. Don't even, and you brother, you sisters out there, you sisters that are single, don't you be letting no man talk to you. Don't be letting no one say nothing to you. Don't try to teach you. If they knock on your door, don't even fucking answer. Don't even try to have a little debate because you got some information. You leave them alone, okay? Don't talk to none of these people, man, because you're talking to Satan, all right? And you got to be, the Lord got to be dealing with you for you to really handle these debates and go into these scriptures and defend the gospel. Because if not, Satan could get you, man. This is biblical jujitsu, okay? This is a mental battle that not everyone is equipped to fight, all right? So anyways, in Deuteronomy 32, the Lord already told us that he would provoke the nation of Israel to anger with a foolish nation. That foolish nation was the Israelites scattered abroad, okay, that wasn't built up in the temples and customs and laws, but they were able to come back. Then the Rakak Wadash being upon them, they were, in a sense, all-knowing, if you will, knowing of what we need to know. See, so that's what this is talking about. But I'm just reading it because it had the word be ignorant in it, just like we see here. So real quick, it says that ye should be, for I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery. See? Israelites being scattered and raised up as heathens was a mystery of them coming back into the fold to our people, if you will. It's like, what were you talking about? Okay. Lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that the blindness in part has happened to Israel. See, this is why you have Jake to be like, that's a white man. That's a white man. No, you don't know, it could be a Jake. You know, they got white men in GMS. No, those are Jakes, idiot. Until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. And guess what? We're the Gentiles. Okay. So anyways, keep going. Moreover, 1 Corinthians 10:1, moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant. See, Apostle Paul's telling the Corinthians to not be ignorant how their fathers were under a cloud. So how could the Corinthians fathers be under the cloud when the fathers under the cloud were either Israelites? See, now 1 Thessalonians 4:13, but I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. So time and time again, there is always a exhortation for us not to be ignorant, for us not to lack information, for us not to be mistaken, okay, for these very important or pivotal notions within our knowledge pertaining to the doctrine. So just like that, just like now, be not ignorant of what? Satan's devices, AI, MOTB, okay, Project Bluebeam, things of these natures. For 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So you're not ignorant of the fact that the Gentiles is referring to the Israelites scattered abroad. You're not ignorant to the fact that even though he was speaking to the Corinthians, you knew that it was referring to our fathers that were under the cloud, which the cloud is representing the so-called UFO. Okay, being not ignorant that even though a brother or sister may so-called die, they're not actually just dead, they're sleeping. Okay, so just like this, you shouldn't be ignorant of Satan's devices, such as the AI, such as him pre-programming people to look at this as normal. Okay, so he's making what he's getting ready to make mandatory normal. Is this real? Is this fake? Is this really your phone number? Do you really love me? No, we're over here on solid ground. Okay, we're not over here guessing. I don't know. You know, I was thinking. No, we are full 100% proof with this. Let me get 1 John real quick. I'm about to wrap this up. And I didn't even, man, Tawadi Yabashim Shai, I didn't even know I was going to do a lesson, man. Tawadi Yabashim Shai, Bashim Rakakudash. 1 John 2, yeah, don't love this world, bitch ass world. Excuse my language. 1 John 2:20. But ye have an unction, ye have an anointing, ye have oil from the Holy One, and ye know all things. We have everything that we need to know to keep us on the up and up. What is that? Philippians 2:12. Let me get that. Where is it? Philippians 2:12. Philippians is the brothers in Philippi, okay, which is northern Greece. All right. And I believe Apostle Paul wrote this while he was locked up. Yes, men of the Lord got locked up too, for you dumbass Christians out there. Philippians 2:12, this is Apostle Paul exhorting the brethren, okay? And then, of course, what? Sisters, see? Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, right? You just super brewed out because a brother in front of you. No, you're still a sincere servant when the camera ain't on, when nobody ain't around, when you're in your room by yourself, okay? You know, I could be home by myself, but I'm still obeying what the Sabbath say. See, we doing things when nobody else is watching, but we know the Lord is watching. Sirach 17, for the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. My presence only, but now much more in my absence, right? So when Jacob's trouble, you don't know who you're going to be around. You're not going to just, you know what I mean? You don't know. You're going to be, you know, so work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So we're in a time where just because the world doesn't know, okay, doesn't mean that you can be ignorant of it too. We're in a time where you're seeing the benefits of this knowledge, of this information paying off. We're in a time where you're seeing what you've been taking in and eating from is actually helping you in the spirit in this walk right now. Okay. So we're in a good position, man. All right. Don't look at your situation carnally. All right, look at it spiritually. We're in a good position because the world, the known world, is ignorant to the deception. More has been given to us than men understand. So this is a blessing. Okay, so continue to count your blessings. Don't count the curses. Count the blessings. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. All right, I pray that this lesson was edifying. I pray this lesson was exhorting and enlightening to Yahushai's sheep. I pray that Yahushai's sheep are being fed. Okay, and I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd also like to say double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.